This is actually my dad's first skateboard, this Bane fiberglass board. Pretty cool to be able to have this. It's not the exact board. Here he is skating said board in a ditch. He's still skating, by the way. I've been skateboarding for over 25 years. I want to talk about aging in skateboarding, why people seemingly quit and sometimes come back, along with skating alone and finding new friends to skate with. I started skateboarding because it gave me a sense of community and family, but eventually the people that brought me that were no longer around.
Now, a lot has changed since then. I know some of the things I'm about to say in this video might not be a popular opinion, they're just my perspective. A lot of my friends, almost all the friends I first started skating with have quit, and that's part of the joy of skateboarding is the camaraderie. And I think if you don't have that, skateboarding isn't as fun. Basically, like the sense of community is why I started skateboarding in the beginning, or why I really stuck to it. Not to say that those people aren't my friends anymore, we're still friends, but they just don't skate anymore. I skate alone a lot more than I ever have in my life, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It's kind of the point of this video, but I think one way to really get hyped up, kind of get that same sense of community or just like energy and getting juiced is music. Music is a good way to skate when you don't have anybody to skate with. I want to talk some more about how I found new friends to skate with, but before that, I do want to thank the sponsor of this video, Open Rock. They recently sent me some new headphones, an updated pair from the previous ones that I had. First thing I love about these headphones is actually this little case that it comes in. It's pretty nice. Put your headphones in there, you don't lose them as much. The other thing that I really like about these is you can hear the surrounding environment when you're wearing them. So it's good to skate with headphones that you can actually hear, unlike noise canceling headphones where you can't hear anything around you. I think it could be dangerous, especially at a skate park where there's other people. So I think the fact that you can hear the music really good, but you can also hear your skateboard is something that Open Rock has done specifically that I really like. I've been rocking these headphones for a long time. Other than this ad, like I have actually genuinely enjoyed these headphones, especially when I'm skating alone. The other part that's really nice about these headphones is I feel like, especially in a small skate park like this, I can just put my phone down on the bench and I can skate around without having it in my pocket. Obviously that's in a pretty small skate park. I'm not saying that it's going to work in a huge skate park, but that is a big bonus. I think those two things alone make these headphones specifically for me really nice.
This video doesn't just apply to my friends, but probably many of yours as well. I boiled down 5 reasons why most people that started skateboarding eventually do decide to quit. After I share these 5 reasons, I want to show you how I've made new friends and ways to keep skateboarding fun after the course of my entire life. Now ultimately, skateboarding is really difficult, and this isn't just me making excuses. It's something that I see as a common theme, and I can relate to it as well. Now this is going to sound really cheesy, but I think skateboarding is much more about the process than it is the final destination, meaning it's not so much about like how good you can get and the specific trick, it's more about just enjoying the process versus trying to get to the finish line. Right now I'm learning how to frontside flip in this space that I'm in, and I've actually been trying to do this trick for the last like 4 months. I've been working on this video for so long, and if it was the only thing I was doing, like every time I skated I only tried frontside flips, I think eventually I just wouldn't want to go out and skate because it'd be like very discouraging versus being encouraging. So sometimes you can't focus on progressing, you can't focus on learning new tricks, you know, it's cheesy, but you just have to enjoy the process versus thinking about where you're trying to go. Right now, what I'm about to do is set up some new wheels and try to learn frontside flips. It's a trick that I really want to get, and always wanted to have it, and it's taken a lot on me. And honestly, it's a mental battle because sometimes like I don't even want to go out there and try it. So that's the point that I'm getting at, is like if you're always thinking about doing new tricks and trying to progress, chances are you're just not going to want to go out and skate at all. Ultimately, skateboarding really does hurt your slam. I think that was one of the biggest things. As people get older, they're not willing to get hurt because of work, because of family, because of just simple responsibility. So that is one of the biggest and largest factors in my opinion. If you're not willing to get hurt anymore, you probably have one choice, which is just not to skate at all. This is a common theme for a lot of older skaters that are like 30 plus years old. You lose a lot of those skate connections and skate friends, and ultimately if you don't have anywhere to go skate or anybody to go skate with, you can just lose the joy of skateboarding altogether. I think this is a reason why a lot of people do end up quitting. They get to this point where they don't have those friends, the connections, or those spots to go skate. Ultimately, something I do want to share though, that is a perspective that I think should always be considered when you're talking about this topic is that skateboarding isn't going anywhere. At any point, somebody can quit skateboarding and can just as easily get back into skateboarding, whether their kids get older or whether they retire or whatever the situation may be that stopped them from skating in the first place, doesn't mean that they can't come back to it. Hopefully, this can be inspiration for anybody that maybe has stopped skating to get back into it.
I think filming yourself is another great way to skate alone and kind of build incentive. Me personally, I learned inverts and tray flips because of this YouTube community and basically having the incentive to share it and go through that process. I'm not sure if I would have done that if I just was skating alone all the time. I kind of get stuck in my routine. So essentially what I'm getting at is just like documenting. I'm not saying you have to like start a YouTube channel and share everything like I do, but what I'm saying is it is a little bit of an incentive. You can definitely just go film yourself and go and watch it later, and kind of gives you like this sense of encouragement. So sometimes just like having that extra little bit of knowledge that there's a camera on you, it sort of like allows and creates this good pressure. Sometimes it could be a negative pressure. I think this can go both ways, but essentially like you can use it as an incentive. So if you subscribe to my channel, it's probably no surprise to you that this is my third tip basically for skating alone, and what it involves is not skating at all, because skateboarding doesn't always involve skateboarding. It's an old quote, I forget who says it, but it's building your own DIY skate spot. This is especially crucial and helpful if you don't have anywhere to skate, like a local skate park or local spots. Now the coolest part about doing this alone when you're building your own DIY skate park, skate spot, even getting a curb going, anything like that, if you're doing it yourself, you don't have to meet the expectations of anybody else, which can be very, very nice. You don't have any second opinions, anything like that. You just get to go for it. And not only that, by the time you're done building something, whether it be a wall ride, a quarter pipe, a bank to ledge, anything really, everybody has the skills to do this. Really, it's super easy stuff. I make tons of videos about how to do DIY skate spots, but my point is you have such a good incentive to go and skate afterwards. So if you're burnt out on skating or you just don't have anywhere to skate, I think this can be a really good tip to just get you motivated to go skate. It's just building something, then you can go skate it alone. It's to me something that I hold very closely, and if anything, it's allowed me to just enjoy skateboarding for so long. And essentially, like, building spots alone can be very therapeutic. You're not talking to anybody, you're kind of like in almost this like version of skateboarding where you're just not really thinking about much. You're just very in the moment. It's almost like a form of meditation, and at the end of the day you have a great incentive to go skate something that you otherwise wouldn't if you didn't put in that work. So it gives you like the sense of accomplishment, but not only that, it's a really good reason to get you out and go skate something after you built it. Now obviously building this backyard mini ramp where I'm at making this video filming right now is a large part of all of this, because typically I skate my ramp alone. Seeing it in my backyard every morning is a nice way I can just jump up on the board for 5 minutes, get a couple hours, depending on how I'm feeling that day. I don't have to go anywhere. It is very convenient, very privileged to have this space.
So it used to be like a whole DIY spot here, but it looks like the city recently took it out. There is one quarter pipe still skatable, but yeah, we're probably not gonna stay here too long because it's really hot, and we didn't bring any wax. The guy was one of the good homies. We've been skating for like 10 plus years, not all the time, because life gets busy. So we moved on from that really hot ditch spot. We checked out the Silverado skate park. Now we're at this DIY down the street. Pretty fun to like just get out with your friends and explore skate spots. I think that's one way to also meet new people. We just met the homie right now. He just got here and he was skating before we came here. So yeah, I just check out this spot. It looks like we're trying to take it down. Like they just put this fence up here. Me and Al just picked up some wax.
Is this a great here?
Oh, that would be sick, like to hit the wall. Yeah. Now we're gonna get a little skate session. It's luckily a little more breezy over here. It's not as dry heat, which is kind of nice. So we'll see. Who knows how long this spot's going to be here. So I'm hyped that we get a little session on it since that last DIY spot was destroyed.
Flip slide, man.
Dude, Trevor from Yes Bikes has been working on this DIY spot. Don't really know what it's called, maybe like bike side or something, but check it out. Like, it's basically a half pipe. We got all these different obstacles. It's got like the spine, this bank wall, this new ledge over here. It looks like they actually are forming up a whole new huge quarter pipe over there. Bunch of quarter pipes, but something me and Al are just looking at is this new-ish obstacle over here. Like, this thing is so sick. It's just almost as big as a vert ramp. I swear it's like 10 feet tall. We've talked before on like Instagram and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool to make social connections with skaters and bikers and stuff like that using social media like Instagram, YouTube, etc. So another way to like figure out where spots are and just to get to know people. But yeah, I haven't checked this thing out in a while. So cool. Definitely want to get a little skating here. Look at this little spine thing. But yeah, really, really cool spot. Got the softies on too right now. Woo. There's also this flat rail. I haven't seen this. Wasn't here last time I came here. Zach Dillon did a 5.0 across that thing for a PAL ad. So long, like that is, I don't know, probably like the length of 2 cars sideways, maybe even longer. Honestly, like such a cool spot. I just want to say, if you're still watching, thank you for making it this far. I hope this wasn't too depressing. 3 years ago, I actually moved to where I am now in Oceanside, a city where I didn't really know anyone. So the first thing I did is actually went to the local skate parks. I found 2 that I really liked, which helped me just find more people to skate with. It took me a few months, but eventually I started to see some of the same people at the skate park that I befriended and started skating around with on a regular basis. I started visiting a lot of local skate shops as well. There's Heritage. There's a whole new shop actually just opened in Oceanside I haven't visited yet, but essentially you learn about local events and things that are going on, skate spots, etc. Lastly, having this YouTube channel has really allowed me to meet new people as well, whether they're on the session, they've seen the channel, or skating with my friend Spencer, working on his video, or Christian, or just tons of different people that have YouTube channels, and it's a good way to just kind of get out. Even if you don't want to skate, you can go help your friends make a video. I know this is just my perspective. I know there's tons of reasons why people don't skateboard anymore, and that's totally fine. You don't have to skate for your whole life. For me, it just brings so much satisfaction. I love skateboarding so much, and I just can't ever imagine stopping. One thing that I just noticed while recording this video is that there's one kid around here riding his bike all alone, and that's cool. Like, I'm hyped for him. I think maybe something I didn't consider before starting to make this video is just that, like, people don't go out as much anymore. Like, I always see kids at the skate park, but maybe it's just like there's not that sense of like connection anymore because of just the inherent digital social media life that we all live in now. I know that perspective is going to make me sound like an old man, but this is like a 35-year-old, 36-year-old now perspective.